How's it going, everybody?
You shooting guns?
How's it going, everybody? My name is Matt Shotcha. I am your lead community developer here at Gun Media, and I am joined by none other than...
Me.
It's a me, Wes.
It's a me. Dude, I wore a linen shirt today because I was like, oh, it's hot as shit. I'm going to put on a linen shirt. I forgot that linen shirts, you have to, if you look at them, they get wrinkled.
Yeah.
Like, I need to walk around with an iron.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, maybe Chad can't see it, so maybe it's fine. But
maybe you're all right.
Look at this. Oh, look all disheveled. Like, I'm a homeless guy, but I'm wearing a linen shirt, you know.
You have to walk around all day like this.
I'm just going to be very, just stiff walking around so it doesn't wrinkle anymore. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody.
Me, on the other hand, I am dressed up in my Sunday best, as I usually do.
I appreciate also that you're wearing, like, army fatigue-style pants.
Yeah.
Balling.
Yeah, let's go.
Ballin'.
Let's go. So, yeah, looking like I haven't shaved. Matt's ready for vacation. Speaking of which, I'm going to be out of office next week.
He is.
And so Beyond and Tales from the Stream are going to be canceled for next week, but we will return the following Tuesday. Let's see here. That would be Tuesday, the 9th of July. So after my brief vacation, I'll be back, and we'll be back with another episode of Beyond, and hopefully we'll have my buddy over here with us. Now, we've got a couple of things to cover.
There's a shitload of people in our chat that we know.
We got some hellos to get out of the way. We've got a really friggin' cool game to play, and we've got two little tidbits to talk about before we get into the gameplay. But first, hello to Horror Poppy, Sara Dope, Mad Moxie, hey Peanut. We got Radio Chicken. We got Tater Tot. How's it going?
Freaking Tate. Look at her. She's like, oh, really rad room. I'm like, she just told herself, you ain't never been to my stream then.
Yeah, exactly. She
you never been on
gave
This has been here since forever, girl.
Like the entire time.
Anyway,
we've been
thanks for coming
here.
out. It's good to see you.
We got a JJC. We got Marta Chaos. Marta Cow, I believe. Am I saying that right? Marta Chaos, Marta Cow. I get that wrong all the time.
There's out.
We got a Screamer Chaotix. We got a Pumpka Pan.
Oh, sorry. I can't read.
That's all right.
I ain't read.
We're not judging. We got Justin in here. Bicycle of Death. How's it going, Mr. Bicycle of Death? We've got over on Mixer we've got JJC a second time. I thought I was reading that wrong. Sephiroth, Funky Boscarelli, Dread Central. As always, we have Gun Media Support / Gun Media Help, depending what channel you're on. Gun Media Support on Twitch. Gun Media Help on Mixer. That is
the Mighty Mel.
The Mighty Mel and Raj Mahal.
Yes. Oh, we have the Raj Mahal in there.
Rage and Raj Mahal. On the other side of that wall, we've got our producer, Rob, who took care of setting up some really cool things for you guys.
We had some sound issues like a millisecond before we started, and he came in here and was like, "Ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo," and fixed it all. So thank you, Rob. You're the man.
See, Mar says I'm good either way. I'm sticking to Mar. This is the first time I've heard.
Is that one of those no-tuck? It is. It's an Untuck It shirt. See, I told you I buy too many of those shirts. The Untuck It brand shirt because I don't like tucking my shirts in.
I don't know what kind of brand this is.
It's called Untuck It. That's the name of it.
And they're just designed to not be tucked.
Yeah. See, they don't have they.
I would love to work on their marketing team.
You wear T-shirts.
It would be great to work for Untuck It. Like, do you want to look classy?
Do you want to
like half-assed?
Do you want right? That's exactly what it is. Do you want to look exactly it? That's exactly it.
Oh shit, exactly. Tar Man shirt. I'm at. Bro, it's a make your own Tar Man with some trioxin gas. So yeah, basically guys, before we jump into our game, which, obviously you've seen the title now, we're playing Graveyard Keeper.
Which I love. I think it's a great game.
Graveyard Keeper's amazing.
And the cool thing is we're jumping in on your campaign, so we get to advance past some of the tutorial parts or whatever.
Like a crack addict, and I've got a graveyard like to die for.
Mm-hmm.
People are dying to get in. What's up, Pre-Fires? How's it going? But before we get into that, we want to talk about something. First of all, we've got Steam Summer Sale news, which, I mean, if you've watched Beyond, you already know this, and if you have been on Steam. But we want to make sure we let you guys know that currently we have a handy dandy graphic too.
Ba-da-da.
During the Steam Summer Sale, Friday the 13th, the game is 80% off.
80% off.
And 50% off all
50% off.
DLC. Basically, you're getting the game and all the DLC for less than the price of the base game.
And I'll tell you something right now. We're seeing astronomical numbers of new players on PC.
Yep.
So if you are a PC player of Friday the 13th and you've struggled in the past maybe to try to find games, because, I mean, I'll be the first to tell you, like, when it came to the market size of the three platforms that we're on, PC was one of the smaller ones comparatively. But now it's like the servers just lit up literally overnight because of how many more people have signed on as new players. And you and I both know, some of the OGs in the chat, that it is fun as shit to play against people that are like, this is my first time I've ever played this game. I have no idea what to expect. I mean, you get to genuinely scare them even as a counselor running around, I mean, there's so much fun that you can have with people that are trying to get their footing, and it can go two ways, right? Like you can, if you want to be kind of an ass and scare them, that's still a fun experience. But it's also cool to help them and like get in and teach them how to play the game and
that's what I was
do this and do that and whatever, right? So get out there and help your fellow newbie campers.
It goes 50-50. There's for everybody that is like, oh, I'm gonna crush some noobs and scare the poops out of them. There's other people who are like, I'm gonna teach these other counselor mains I find are like, I can't wait to really try to bring on the onboard the new players. Jason mains just want to hack and slash, which I mean that's kind of what they're there for. But considering the price of that game, if you've been waiting or if you haven't had a chance yet, or maybe you're new to PC, I know some of our friends of Gun, like our friends Cataly and I think TFR84, they're trying to get onto PC. Maybe you're picking up a second copy, but at that price point, I mean, it's hard to say no. So
it was like $4, I think now.
Yeah, it's absurd. Yeah,
$4.
I can't find a game out there that to me isn't worth $4. I hate to say that. Like I can't think of a single game that I'm like, for $4, I'll at least check it out.
Yeah, okay.
And I look at it like that.
Yeah.
So anyhow, that's that. Now.
Is there some other form of announcement?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, there is.
But wait, there's more.
See, I set that up, chat. Ding.
My Billy Mays voice. But wait, there's more. We have, considering the onslaught of new players to Friday the 13th and people checking the game out for the first time, we wanted to do something cool to help them kind of get a little kickstart on their customization. So we've got another handy dandy graphic, Rob. Starting tomorrow, June 28th, we've got double XP.
Double.
Obviously, double XP. The CP is the customization points, which you're going to get 2 of.
Sorry. I'm having technical difficulties. I'm fine
well, it's
now.
a good thing we're on that handy dandy graphic,
Yeah.
so we don't see you fixing your untucked shirt.
No doubt. Right, fixing my shirt, fixing my pants.
So,
thank you, Rob, for keeping the stream PG.
I promise he's dressed again now. We can cut back.
You can cut back. Clothes are on, or are they?
So we've got double XP, which is pretty self-explanatory. CP is customization points, and tapes, which are Tommy and Pamela tapes. That kicks in tomorrow morning Eastern time. And so you'll be able to get double everything. Double fuse drops so I can find one. No bike, no double fuses.
Well, see, it's cool too because if you've got some OG players, or even those guys that are sort of, mid-tier in terms of like where they are in the grind of Friday, it gives them something you kind of get twofold. You get to come back and you're earning tapes, you're finding tapes quickly, you're earning XP faster, but you're also having interactions with new players, and you get to choose which path you want to take. Do you want to scare the shit out of them, or do you want to help them? Right?
That's right.
I did bring my phone in here.
And it's dinging, too.
Oh, my God.
The phantom dings.
I was just saying, I did good, guys. I didn't bring my phone in here.
But you did, and you didn't mute it.
It's from my mom.
Oh, well, then I guess that's okay.
All right. Sorry.
Like I said, guys, we have a double event running this weekend to onboard some new players. Get out there and smash new players, or help them out if you're feeling.
Oh no,
generous.
the monitor is in frame. Look, there we go.
There we go.
Hey,
we moved around some cameras.
Because you did a single stream last time, and then on top of that we did the Switch. We did the Switch stream, so we had like over the shoulder cameras and stuff set up. So the room kind of got messy, and so now we haven't had a chance to go back in and be like, make sure everything's framed right. So we've got monitors that are like stuck out in here in the way, and
well, and the dream.
I got Avenger over here being like, so unprofessional. Like, dude.
Thanks.
You can kick rocks, homie. Anyway, it's good to see you, by the way. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us.
Yeah, we, the dream is to keep the cameras set up where they are. But
my immersion, I know, I'm sorry.
Then we do cool things like over-the-shoulder views of switches, and we kind of work it. But how's it going Thursday the 12th? Are you guys going to TwitchCon in September?
You're damn right. These two homies right here going. Both of us. Hey, are we gonna play some games or?
Yeah. I am about to play some games. Sorry guys, I saw something in chat that I wanted to get to. Graveyard Keeper. It's been out for a bit on PC.
It's over a year now, I think.
Tuesday it launched on Switch though.
Oh, cool.
So I got my Switch here, and we were gonna do a cool Switch stream of Twitch. Hey, buddy.
Try it again.
Yeah, no, I'm way too drunk for that. I'm kidding. I'm not drunk. I promise.
Not yet.
Not yet, at least. But we were gonna do a Switch stream, but we decided that on PC I've got this great graveyard, so we're gonna cut away to my PC graveyard where I've been kind of doing all the things. And I'm gonna hand off chat to my buddy Wes here. Real quick, I just wanted to say thanks, Butterfly in Effect, for the host over on Mixer. How's it going, Buck? What's up, buddy? Somebody clipped me saying I was drunk. Wonderful. Yeah, so Graveyard Keeper, let's get to it.
How long have you been playing this, by the way? Like how many hours do you think you got in?
Hours, I don't really know, but 231 in-game days. So, and of course, the days in Graveyard Keeper aren't like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Right.
They're like Spike with weird upside down moon thing.
Right.
But yeah. So
that's impressive, though.
I put some time in.
Yeah, you didn't play for 2 hours and quit or anything.
Bruh, I got a lure with a gem in it, and I got prayers.
Trying to flex on me now?
I'm just saying, like,
Jesus.
Dude, I'm not playing games. I got the basement all open, so let's go down here and do some things.
By the way, what's up, Sara Dope? I saw you in there earlier, but Matt was, giving out his shout outs. I didn't want to step on him.
I thought I said
No, you did. You said hello to her, but I would have also said hello.
Yeah,
like, good to see you. And probably would have, immediately started talking about food with her.
Yeah, no, I get it. I don't count, Sarah. That's fine.
And Sarah, P.S., are you going to TwitchCon? Just let me know.
Yeah.
Drop it in chat, because if so, we need to eat food. And same goes to you, Tay. We need to eat food, because I've actually never met Tay in person. We've chatted many times, but we feel like old homies, but I ain't never met her in person.
You know what I think is funny about this? I'm so bad with thumbsticks at this point that I can't...
You can't walk in a straight line?
I can't walk a straight line in Graveyard Keeper with a thumbstick.
It's because, okay. I think you're kind of fast twitchy player, so you kind of keep moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All that Apex playing is what it is.
Bro. And I'm not inverting nothing, Rob. Stop with that heathen talk. But, yeah,
But like PAX West is called, yeah. I mean, cool, you're at TwitchCon, we'll see each other. PAX West, I don't think I'm going to PAX West. I don't think anybody here is going to PAX West.
Unless something drastically changes, but,
Yeah.
Those kinds of things are always a little up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
We try our best to plan them out in advance for obvious reasons, but yeah. Oh, I think I have money over here. I made friends with the merchant, and I'm pretty sure I have monies here.
I'll tell you what, Sarah, if Astro wants to sponsor our trip to PAX West,
Yeah, I mean, then sure.
we're down.
Sure.
We're down. You don't have TwitchCon tickets yet? Hey, what are you doing?
Back button, there we go. Oh, we gotta make zombies. That's what I was doing. Oh, I didn't show the best part of this. Let's use this and let's go to...
Free buyers, you're buying your ticket this weekend. Do you mean for PAX or for TwitchCon?
Yeah, man, let's give a rundown of what the CBGBs and what you have to do.
Okay, Rob.
So just skip the tutorial.
Fine. Rob actually brings up a good point. I'm giving him sass, but he brings up a great point. Why don't we talk about what the game's about? So, for those of you who have played Stardew Valley,
Yes.
this is the spook.
A macabre version of Stardew.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, the cool thing is you're a graveyard keeper, so instead of just running a little farm in a homestead, you're running a graveyard, and you have, resources that you have to mine and things like that. Well, when you progress to a certain point, as yours truly has, because
You got further than I did.
I'm on an MLG team for Graveyard Keeper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're touring soon. So, by the way, yeah, that's a thing. You can make zombies, and look, this is the cutest thing. Hold on, this is my favorite thing. You make the little zombies, right, out of the corpses that you get that you would bury. Instead, you make zombies. But when they're not being used, they lay down like little cats.
Mm-hmm.
And they just lay there.
Position. Yeah. Yep.
And you can pick them up and put them different
So you
places.
put them to work.
And yeah, basically they just swing a pickaxe
All right.
because they're zombies. I have a few other zombies over here
Starboo Valley.
There you go. Hey. Somebody get some
Screamer
cracker.
Chaotix. plus 2 points Gryffindor on that one.
So and then you have these porterhouses where they can move the items from one place to the next. And we'll run into some of my zombie buddies with their backpacks here in a little bit.
Oh, so apparently Sara Dope and Galaxy are going to hook up at PAX, eat food, take pictures, and text them to us.
Oh, wonderful. I expect there to be cardboard cutouts.
That's the thing. Every time Sara goes anywhere, Sara Dope that's in chat. She's a friend of ours. She works at Astro. She's cool AF. Every time she goes somewhere for a convention or otherwise, she's also a professional photographer, PS, and she shoots a lot of stuff for a lot of really rad metal bands. So she gets to travel with metal bands and stuff. Anyway, so she's always on the road, always seeing cool shit, eating cool food. Well, my DMs and my text, and that's the thing, is she'll shoot me like 2 or 3 DMs in a row of like baller ass looking food, and then like
Just
a
make
few
it
minutes
all up.
later she'll then text me like one more, like, and here was dessert. So it's like she's hitting me up on like all mediums.
You can't ignore her then. Yeah.
I know, right? I know. I'm like,
That way you can't be like, oh, I didn't see that because
yeah.
trying to not get.
Like I'm like laying in bed talking to my wife, my phone goes off, and my wife's like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's Sarah." And she's like, "Oh," not like, "Oh, who's Sarah?" She's like, "Oh, she's texting you food," and
Yeah.
and I'm like,
pictures. Yeah.
"Yep, we're food porning each other." How do I?
We started a snack chat in our Gun Media Discord, which,
Yep.
in case you're not on it, it's !Discord in the chat, and you can come hang out with us on the Gun Media official server. But we started a snack chat, and every time I open it, like I think I'm gonna mute notifications for the snack chat because if I open it, it's just guaranteed that I get hungry.
Yep.
And man, the middle of the night, I'm seeing some of you folks where it's not the middle of the night for you, so you're sharing pictures of your dinner, and I'm like, I'm gonna get out of bed real quick and just have like 2 cheeseburgers and some fries.
Yeah, Avenger point now. Triscuit game on point. Yeah, my Triscuit game is untouchable. I don't know if you've seen where my Triscuit game is, but
I saw this. Yeah. Let's see.
oh,
Oh,
legit.
so another element of the game, you can create stockpiles of certain resources and stuff. Obviously, they don't expect you to pull in just what you're using. So I have a whole damn factory built here with a forge and everything where we can make cool shit. And then what you do is you go in the technologies tab and you unlock different things like, this is for working with the bodies. And then up here we've got for prayer services, which you guys are going to see in a little bit, because there's a whole church that you got to run. Farming, I just unlocked 2, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there it is. Zombie gardening. So we need to make some more zombies so they can work my garden. What else can we do here? I don't have enough points. Everything you do in the world gives you either blue, red, green, or blue points, too, that you can use toward different abilities. No, wait, I just want to craft it. There we go. I'm making peat moss, bro. This is the wholesome Tales from the Stream. This stream is going to single-handedly offset Squiggle Vision stream by being as wholesome as possible.
Okay. I think it's good. It's good to have balance in your life.
Yeah, and we're gonna farm. We're gonna make some zombie buddies who are gonna be super well treated workers on our farm here. It's gonna be great.
It's a cult. What's a cult?
Who's a cult?
I don't know.
And is that a cult like ACULT or OCCULT?
Just CULT. It's a cult, Matt.
Who? What?
I don't know.
My zombie army?
I don't know.
The sweetest cult.
When you glance at chat stuff out of context and you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, I missed something there. Mm-hmm. Oh, I gotta make candles? Question mark? Yeah, I do. So where are you at in Zombie Keeper?
Oh, dude,
'Cause I know you're the one who
I barely scratched the surface on it, and then I just started watching more because it's far easier for me to watch a stream than to dedicate the time, because I can tab out and like do work things and still listening to what the streamer is doing or saying, or sometimes I pop out and like make a smaller window version, whatever, and have it going while I can still type and do the things and watch what the person's doing. So I gleaned more information and enjoyed more of Graveyard Keeper vicariously than playing it myself, which seems to be the case for a lot of games in the last 2 years or 3 years of my life. It's been, oh yeah, I didn't play that, but I've seen the entire game,
Yep.
from like whomever played it.
Well, true story, I was in the office and somebody said something about Graveyard Keeper, and I said, what's that? And Wes put the brakes on in the hallway.
I did because...
He came back to shame me.
But it was for your own good.
He
Because
gave me
I
a dirty
knew...
look and was like, wait, you never get out kind of thing. And I was like, all right. So I went home that night and I downloaded it.
And at first you were probably kind of like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, at first I was like, I don't know if this is my thing.
Yep.
But I was like, let me just tough it out so I can say I've given it a fair shake. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I got to the point of, what was it? I can't remember. I think this item here, the Workbench, where you can start crafting wooden items. And then everything like split wide open and it started getting crazy. So then this is now currently my like 4 a.m. I should be in bed.
Yep. Because the kid goes to sleep.
That's right.
Wife.
Christy will stick around and watch some horror movies or something in the living room until about 11 tops.
Yeah.
Now I'm still good to go till midnight. She'll say, I'm gonna head to bed.
Yeah.
midnight turns into 4, turns into sun's coming up if it's the weekend, and I'm still like, I just got
One more. Yeah.
thing. I was in the middle of making this thing, and so right now, you guys are, I put some carrots in this box while we were chatting. There's a donkey that drops off the corpses from the town for you to put into the graveyard, and he gets to a certain point where he starts getting to be kind of.
And they drop off the bodies because you need to like harvest parts and shit out of them. It makes. Are you past the part of needing some of those bits and pieces now, or do you still need to harvest bodies for?
The game does a really great job of making it where you need to continue harvesting because like right now my church is only at, everything has a ranking again like Stardew, and my cemetery here you'll see when I walk in. I think right now it's at 226. I needed to get it over. I think the first one's 50, then 100, then 200 in order to unlock other perks.
Right.
And then your church gets bigger and stuff. But like, for instance, right now I need candles because all those candles around the church light up if you put a candle in them. And in order to make the candles, you need fat rendered from corpses. And, in order to make potions, you need
If that's not metal AF, I don't know what isn't.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, basically.
You're going to need some cadaver blubber
My favorite
to
part,
make these candles.
which
right?
this is where chat is going to think I'm strange, but
They already think that. Don't worry about it.
All right, then we're good. So my favorite part is you take the meat from the corpse, which is human flesh.
Muscle.
You take that over to your shack, you wrap it in some fancy paper, and you put a royal stamp on it, and you sell it to the local inn as meat. And they serve everybody in the local inn the meat. So I think this is all going somewhere eventually.
Like they're all going to go crazy.
I think so, because we're basically creating a town full of cannibals, and we're getting rich while doing it.
Yeah.
I need this goddamn donkey to show up, though. Pain in the ass donkey was bringing the bodies for nothing at first.
I'm glad we chose this game for the wholesome stream, says Avenger. Yeah.
This is about as wholesome as it gets, Avenger.
Yeah. It's cutesy macabre,
Yeah, it's cutesy with cute zombie cat armies, and yeah. So what's everybody doing for 4th? Oh, here comes Donkey.
There he is.
Jerk.
Yeah, 4th of July, big plans. I've got my wife's sister, 2 kids and husband are coming into town.
Oh, cool.
They live in the western part of the state.
Okay.
It's very flat there. It's usually much hotter there, believe it or not, than here. They can have temperatures that are up to 10 degrees hotter than us.
Oof.
It's pretty nuts.
Right
It's
now.
also drier usually there, but when they get rain, because it's so flat, everything floods.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're coming to visit us. So they've got some kid things planned. And then I'm entertaining my brother-in-law. We're going to, get out and do this and that, maybe hit a brewery or something.
Awesome.
Who knows? But yeah, we're not going anywhere. Instead, we're going to stay at home and play host. How about you? You do anything?
Going to North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
We leave tomorrow afternoon.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's a heck of a haul, isn't it?
We split it up because we didn't want to do the drive all at once. So
I don't blame you.
We're leaving tomorrow afternoon. We're going to go around lunchtime, and we'll get there around dinner. We'll get to the hotel around dinner time.
Yeah.
And then, wake up nice and early on Saturday, and we'll be in North Carolina by lunch.
Yeah, I did that haul once from Lexington to Cary.
Yeah.
Did it all in one drive.
No, I've done it before. Don't get me
haul,
wrong,
man.
But it's not fun.
It's a haul.
We did it when we moved here. I did it, and then we did it again around Christmas. And at Christmas, actually, was when we were like, "Yeah, we're not going to do that again."
Yeah.
So I did just chop up a body and take a bunch of pieces from it. But now we're going to take the body. Now that we've gotten what we need from it, this is the part that I think is really strange. Now that we've taken everything that we could possibly use from it, we're going to go over here and resurrect it.
Oh yeah.
To work on our.
Work smarter, not harder, buddy.
That's what I'm saying. We need resources and.
Free Fires TV says, Matt, come visit. I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, you're in North Carolina. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to link up while I'm out there, bud.
Avenger says Matt lets his girl drive while he plays graveyard keeper in the passenger seat. Don't let him fool you.
That's actually a great friggin' idea, man. Like, no, normally Dad is the one who gets stuck driving the entire time. But I think you're onto something there.
Kirsty's in chat right now, right? So.
Yeah, Kirsty. Hey, I got important business that I need to take care of.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and tell you right now. As since Matt works with me, I need him to actually play this on the Switch.
That's right.
It's R&D.
Product knowledge.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't have a ton of Switch games that I'm kind of one of those people. Like I have a Switch and I have games that I love on it, right? Don't get me wrong. But
You like to find like the little indie weird, what is this stuff within the Nintendo shop, right?
100%. And then I'll spend like the bulk of my time on Switch playing them. So
Yeah.
like Flame in the Flood, it's a small indie game. I can't speak highly enough about it. I love that game. I've sunk hundreds of hours.
What's the
into it
art
already.
style of that game?
It's kind of like an animation kind of. It's very minimal.
I'm gonna look it up while we're here. Sorry to
No, go for it. It's a very minimal kind of art style, but I really enjoy it. It's a really cute game, which is weird for me to even say sitting here on the horror stream with my Charman.
that it's a cutesy game.
Yeah, but it is. It's I don't know, man. It gets me like it's.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at art style now. I got it.
Yep.
Yep.
It's not quite cartoon, but it's not
Yeah, I mean,
quite
it's
real.
still got that cell shade look.
That's right.
The characters, the art style of the characters are, they don't have rounded features. They're kind of
kind
have
of
that.
don't starve, right?
Yeah, I
Like
got
Don't
got
Starve?
that vibe.
What's cool about it is there's a really neat.
It's really
dynamic-
pretty though. Not that. There we go. It's really pretty.
There's a really neat.
Shout out. Do you get a dog?
Dog, yeah. I do.
Is it with you all the time?
Yes, and it carries stuff for you, and it's amazing. It's your little best
Can you name
friend.
it? Can you name the dog?
It has a name. It has a name.
Can you pet it?
You can't pet it. Yeah. You just stockpile it full of stuff. It carries all your gear around. It's just really cute the way the dog. I don't know, and I don't want to spoil anything because
It's a cute game where you often die alone. I love it. So,
You do die a lot.
Streamer chaotics.
Yeah. But
Yeah. Hashtag can you pet the dog? Exactly.
it was like $5 for a long time on Switch. So, I mean, again, going back to what I was saying earlier, any game I can get for like $5, I immediately, in my opinion, there's worth, you know?
Oh, no doubt about it. And for those in chat, I'll just, I think I can paste the link. Hell, it may
Should
have.
be able to.
I just did a Google search, so sorry for the hugely long URL, but
Flame in the Flood, check it out. It's amazing.
check it. It does look pretty.
Oh, that's all the candles I got. All right, well, we're gonna go with that. Is it time for a sermon yet? No, we gotta let the. Oh, there we go. Yeah, now we can. So now this
The
is
one and only Bon. What's up?
How's
Good
it
to see
going,
you.
Bon? This is one of the other mechanics of the game. Once you get to a certain point, you unlock the church. When you unlock the
I
church,
never got this far, by the way.
you can upgrade this church though, and the more you
Nice,
upgrade
nice.
it, and then they throw
They
faith.
throw money at you.
Well, that's faith. That's a little different.
Oh.
You spend faith like a resource. It's like coal or iron.
Oh.
At the end, on their way out, they'll hit the donation box. That's where you really get paid. So, you know, like real church.
I friended Chacha on Switch, saw him playing it a lot, had to check it out. 10 out of 10 would die alone again.
Oh, Screamer said that?
Yeah.
Awesome, Screamer. I'm glad you checked it out, though, man. Yeah, I think when I spent the most of my time, it was still in that game. It was still really steep on sale. So I don't know, you know, where that's at or if the sales continued.
Even if it wasn't on sale, you'd still recommend it, right?
100%. Yeah.
Then I may have to get it.
I don't know what.
I'm looking for some stuff for Switch. I got some traveling coming up before too long.
See? So now over here.
Yeah, the TwitchCon thing is going to be tricky for me because
Why is that?
I will be on vacation. My parents-in-law rented a place, and they're like they extended the opportunity for us to go. And I mean, who's going to pass up a free vacation, right?
Oh, yeah.
I just have to get myself there. And so we're like, yeah, you know, we'll do that. And then later, it was like, oh, hey, TwitchCon's coming up. You know, I'll check the dates, and I'm like, it's like when I'm going to be there.
Yep.
So I have to cut my vacay short by like 3 days.
But you are still going to get to go to Twitch.
Oh yeah, still going.
Awesome.
But so I'm driving down to Florida to go on vacay with the fam.
It's already starts to sound bad.
Yeah. I'm taking 2 bags. One bag is like the beach, you know, hangout vacay bag. And then the other bag is like, I'm going TwitchCon bag. And then I'm going to get on a plane in Panama City Beach, Florida, fly to probably Atlanta, I would guess, get on a bigger plane, and then Atlanta to San Diego.
Oh,
It's going to be a thing. And my wife has to drive back home with
solo.
her sister will be with her.
Okay. At least
Because the whole family is like going to be a big family thing or whatever. So she won't be driving solo,
proper
but
of a drive to try to
it's a haul. It's 11 hours.
Oh my God.
It's 11 hours.
Yeah. when I was younger, I used to make drives from like Chicago to New Jersey when I lived in Chicago and stuff. And I don't know, it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
At this point in my life, I can't imagine spending 12 hours in a car.
Me neither.
Yeah.
And I loathe anything more than about 4 hours in the car. And I'm like, we should probably spend the night, you know?
Yeah.
like, but you're right. Whenever I was younger in my 20s, it'd be like, no thing. Just get in the car and go, you know?
So now, we aren't going to get another dead body.
Dirty Jersey? What part of New Jersey, says Pre-Fires TV?
Oh, that's where I'm from New Jersey. I'm from a town called Clifton. I grew up there. It's like 2 blocks from a town called Patterson, which everybody seems to know, and about 10 minutes outside of Manhattan.
There you go.
So yeah, in the dirt.
In the dirt?
The dirt Jers, yep. Let's put the beat.
Did you have farmland around you?
Not around me.
But there's parts of like, is it northern Jersey?
Yeah, northern Jersey. There's a lot of farming and stuff like that, and there's mountains depending on how far north you go.
What mountains? Is it the Catskills?
No, it's Appalachian Mountain Range.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it goes right through.
This would be the tail end of it then, right? Because it
That's right.
trails off right there.
Way Yonder State Park is out there. I don't know if you've heard of this. That mountain ridge runs up through almost to Warwick, New York. So that edge of New Jersey, which is bordering upstate New York. Then there's like central kind of, northern New Jersey where I was from, which is bordering on New York City. And then southern Jersey borders on Philly and that kind of area. And you have beaches and pine barrens down there.
You look like someone who grew up in the farm area.
Oh, yeah? Yeah? Nice straight face on that one, too. Yeah. No, I definitely grew up in the city area. Yep. I was part of that bridge and tunnel crowd. I'm not afraid to say it, man. We were saving. Here's a true story. When I was a kid, $7.50. It cost us $7.50 to take the bus from literally outside my house. When the house I grew up in, I had a block and a half walk.
Yeah.
This is city blocks.
Yeah.
A block and a half walk. I caught a bus right there at the corner. $7.50 round trip. It would take me straight into New York. I could go to, at the time there was Wetlands, Coney Island High, CBGBs, all the Limelight, all the wonderful, kind of grimy clubs of New York. Back when St. Mark's Place was still kicking and, yeah. And so you would go hang out, and then what we would do is we would catch like one of the later buses leaving for New York. We would stay in Manhattan, hang out, party, make our mothers worry, and then
Yeah, that's what you did.
the first bus of the morning, because they stop overnight. The first bus of the morning, we'd all be on it, and it was funny as hell because you would see people that you ran into at CBs and shit like that.
I have a confession for you.
Yeah.
I did not know, and you're going to think very little of me for not knowing this. I did not know that CBGB stood for Country Bluegrass Bar.
Yeah.
And that's what the owner intended for the bar to be. And
Didn't go well.
couldn't book people.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I need anything.
Yep.
And so all this punk and interesting underground rock started showing up, and they're like, we'll play there, right?
You know what's awesome about that? He couldn't book anything for that. He had plans, Hilly Crystal, had plans of making that club be about that type of music and everything, but be like a legitimate venue for nightlife and blah, blah, blah.
But this person loved country and bluegrass music, right?
100%. The bands that he got, it's not a coincidence that it was punk rock, New York bands that were playing there, because he was literally at the point of taking any old person off the street that was like, I'm in
needed
a
money,
band.
right?
That's right.
Yeah.
They would walk in and say, I'm in a band, and he'd be like, can you play tomorrow night?
Right.
And he'd book them.
Yeah.
Without hearing them, without caring, without
Isn't
anything.
that crazy how that came to be? This the genesis of that and the pedigree of what came out of that over the years.
I just got chills thinking about it. Talking Heads, Television, Blondie.
Blondie, I was going to say
Harry,
Blondie was there, yeah.
The Ramones. So many bands played there, and so many bands got their chance to be real bands because of that situation. So some of the things that are born out of complete and total dire straits. Pretty amazing. The Ramones alone, I mean,
Come on.
Worth every minute of that, but yeah.
So, chat, today I learned, right?
Yeah. You want to hear something funny? Oh my God, I should keep playing while I talk. I must have moved the mouse. There it goes.
Ben says, and Alan Rickman too? What's he talking about?
Alan Richman.
He says Rickman. That's the actor that was Snape.
He's thinking of Jonathan Richman in The Modern Lovers, maybe?
I don't know. Ben's probably just trolling, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
It's kind of Ben's MO. Anyway.
And here I thought he was talking about Jonathan Richman and the Modern Lovers, which were a band from Boston. One of the
Ben doesn't know that.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I started talking and then I
He
was like,
says
wait.
no, the movie. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, forget it.
Yeah,
So
Ben's just
anyway,
trolling. Good, thank you.
what?
He just got timed out.
Good. There you go. Thank you very much. Good media
man.
support. So,
man, classic.
one of the other things I was gonna. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, yes. I remember now. There was a show for anybody who likes punk music. There was a show, Holidays in the Sun. It was like a festival that used to happen at CBGBs. And when Holidays in the Sun was coming up, the Addicts, who are a British kind of mod punk band, were playing. Now, seeing them play in the States is rare. So everybody was going to be there. While they were on stage, fight broke out. Well, just before they went on stage, fight broke out. Somebody got stabbed. It was like, I mean, we're talking New York in a time where people got stabbed in New York at this time. Yeah. It was chaos, and we thought the show was going to get closed down, and it didn't, but it was definitely a very weird scene afterwards. So what I did was I was friends with the guys who worked at CBGBs, and the guy who did the lights let me come up and sit in the lighting rig.
Dope.
And I watched the Addicts finish their set from the lighting rig of CBGBs.
Sweet.
That's like the kind of shit that, growing up in there, I mean, amazing stories, you know?
Very cool, man.
Yeah. I'm going to make meat out of human remains to sell to the town. So we're doing that.
With a clear conscience, you're doing this.
100%.
Okay.
Do I have to, no, I don't have to slice it first. Am I out of paper? Oh, there it is, package of meat.
Avenger says he saw the Addicts in Vegas.
Ben?
No, the Avenger.
Avenger, oh, okay. I believe Avenger. I thought you said Ben just said.
No.
I was going to be like, Ben?
He said they are a spectacle.
Yeah, right? Oh my God. And Monkey Monkey is the lead singer. He goes by Monkey.
Whoa, your wife was on the stage with them?
Oh, that's really amazing.
I was on stage with the Addicts. One of my finest moments. Says your wife.
Oh, my wife.
Yeah.
What? How am I not knowing this? She probably told me this, and it was probably one of those times where I was playing something like Graveyard Keeper, and I was like, sure. That's awesome. Yeah. They came out a few times to that area. The Holidays in the Sun show was also Angelic Upstarts were there. There were a ton of bands there that didn't play very many shows at that
Lots of confetti and Joker cards thrown everywhere, says Avenger.
That's Monkey. That's what I was going to say. He dresses up almost like in mime makeup. He has a bowler hat. It's kind of like Clockwork Orange meets mime, kind of. Yeah. And Joker in the Pack is one of their notorious songs. And so the Joker cards. They're a spectacle to see, man.
Screamer's like, my wife? Question mark.
Yeah. I mean, and I hate to admit this, but that's probably a story she told me, and I'm probably in hot water now. But yeah. CBGBs also was the place where I got to be in a music video for a band called Rancid, which is a bit more of a modern punk band that people might have heard of.
With Rancid? Yeah. I would hope people have heard of Rancid.
Their song Red Hot Moon, the video for it was filmed at CBGBs, and they wanted to populate the crowd. And the way they did it was they said, hey, local punks, come hang out at CB's, you be in our music video, and then Rancid's going to play a very closed set for you guys, no ticket admission, just wait in line. First come, first served. And me and my buddies, we were out there all day in line. And we got in the video, and then we got to watch the show. It was pretty
Sweet.
So now we've sold human remains to this guy who's going to make all these kinds of goods out of them. He sells burgers.
I saw the Addicts with Cocksparrer.
Cockspar. Yeah.
Sparrer, sorry.
Yeah. Which is not wiener fighting. It's a British
Like
band.
chickens.
They have chickens in their logo. I mean, I'm sure they thought it was kind of funny to, use the word cock in their name, but hey.
Sure.
Cocksparrer is England Belongs to Me. Take 'Em All. Some great tunes there. I love that chat knows what I'm talking about. Holy crap, chat. Usually I start...
Punk music knowledge is pretty lacking.
Well, usually I start talking about some of the rarer and less known bands. Everybody knows the Ramones and stuff like that, and I think that's great, but...
Or Black Flag, or...
Right, and normally you start going down Addicts, Angelic Upstarts, Cocksparrer, and people are just like, man, you're making that shit up, And,
Just making names up.
yeah. There's some kindred spirits in chat. All right, so let's see what we should make now. I kind of want to do more technologies, but in order to do that, I got to grind out some blue points. So what about you, Wes? What kind of shows did you go to growing up? You had to have seen, concerts and.
You know, I'm reluctant to admit first concert I went to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I bet you mine's worse.
I was 17.
Okay.
You think yours is worse? Then I'll let you go first then.
Oh, wonderful. I had two sisters.
You got to set up a preference first. A little.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had two sisters. One of them was younger than me, so she didn't. I'm not even sure. No, she wasn't around yet. Was she? No, she was. She was a baby. My older sister had. My mother had a good friend, and who had a daughter that was exactly my older sister's age, and they were very into New Kids on the Block.
Hey, NKOTB, come on.
And I was a little kid, and they were getting to go to their first concert.
No judgment from me.
Right?
None.
Okay. So they were going to get to go to their first concert.
No judgment from me.
I sat there going,
Your sister
Mom,
wanted to go. You were a kid, and you're like, it's an experience. It's an event. It's a thing. I'm going with
right.
my sister.
I want to go to my first concert too. And so it was New Kids on the friggin' Block. Yeah. I blame that.
Now, but the follow-up question is, did you like it?
No. No, it was terrible. It was terrible. But I blame that for why I'm...
The one and only Bond says that was their first concert as well.
See? New Kids on the Block. Hey, there you go. And I think Bond...
Gun media sport. Oh, we judging people for their first concerts? Yeah, I think we are slightly. Okay, so I was 17, and I saw 311.
Okay. How did that go?
I liked 311 when I was 17.
I'm not judging either because honestly...
So I loved it. I thought it was amazing. And I caught the drummer's drumstick. And I was like, this is the best thing ever.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
311 and some of those bands that did the, correct me if I'm wrong here, like a more jazz fusion kind of modern rock.
Yeah, so kind of, I don't know if they got categorized as new or rap metal. I don't know what they were categorized as, but I thought they were the cat's pajamas when I was 17.
That's pretty fun.
Galaxy says I still like 311. Well, good.
All right, there you go. See?
I mean, I don't dislike them now. I just don't seek them out anymore.
Yeah.
But occasionally, I think it was last summer, I was mowing the yard, and I put on some tunes or listen to podcasts or do whatever when I'm on the yard, and I turned on Amazon Music, and I'd listened to something. I think it was like an Alice in Chains album or something, and it was like, oh, you listen to that, we recommend, and it was one of the older 311, and Galaxy will probably know it was it's 311. It's just called Music. I think that might have been their first album. And it came out in 92 or something. Okay. And I was like, oh shit, I haven't heard this in a minute. So I listened to that whole album while mowing the yard last summer. But yeah, I don't really proactively seek them out anymore. But some of their later stuff when I was starting, I don't know, I think I was probably 20 something. And they dropped some album, I forgot the name of it. And I gave it a listen and I was like, I don't know, man. And then they did a cover of The Cure's Love Song. And I'm like, nope.
That's a terrible idea.
I think that's about the time where I was like, I just can't anymore, guys.
Certain bands that you just shouldn't touch. I
started discovering all these other new bands too, because I went to college and you move in with roommates and they all have eclectic taste in music, and you're like, what is this? And you start listening to all this crazy stuff, and you go through your pseudo emo phase, and you're like, I moved in with a guy and he was like, Dashboard Confessional, Death Cab for Cutie. Pavement, all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, okay. And so I started listening to that, and that just sort of opened up this whole thing. And I got into Pinback for a long time. I don't know if you heard of Pinback, but they're a fucking incredible band. Went and saw them in concert much later in life. It was kind of a ubiquitous situation. I went with my wife to DC. This was probably 3 years ago, and I have the app called Bands in Town. Is the name of an app, and it just wherever you are, you just push the button, I'm here.
Yeah.
And it's well then
show me music.
And it just here's all the live music that's around you right now, and I was like, holy shit, Pinback's playing. And so my wife, she ended up going to bed early that night, and I just hopped in an Uber and shot over to this show, and I walk in, and it's real low-key chill.
Yeah.
And I just see some dude, then I walk up beside, everyone's just kind of standing around waiting for the opening band to start up, and I just start drinking a beer, and I look over, and this guy's about my age.
Yeah.
And so we struck up the conversation of hey, look, we're two old cats in this place,
buddy.
and we're just joking and bullshitting about all this and that or whatever. And and we're talking about how bad the opening band was and just all this stuff. And then I'm up, and I'm like,
Oh, damn.
I'm sorry, what? As he like walks off, goes up on stage and sits behind the drum kit and starts playing. I'm like, that was the fucking drummer the whole time.
That's pretty
He
rad.
never once was like, oh, P.S. You know,
Yeah. Hey,
I'm
by the way.
in the band that you think's kind of cool, but anyway.
Awesome. See, I think my joke about New Kids on the Block being the reason I'm a punk rocker, I think there's more to that. I hate to say it.
So you think because you went to the New Kids concert?
There's more to that than just a joke. And I think part of it is it was a terrible experience.
What made it terrible? Listening to the music, being in the
No, it wasn't
atmosphere.
even about them. I mean, look, man, I could play it cool and be like, yeah.
You were doing the dance. Don't even lie.
Not even. It was a matter of we were at like Madison Square Garden in Jersey, and we were what felt like 3 towns away from the band, and like all the
Because you're in the garden. It's huge. So they're like specks, like in the distance. Yeah.
Meadowlands. No, I'm sorry, not Madison Square Garden.
Oh, okay.
Meadowlands.
Which is equally huge.
It is.
Yeah.
It's massive, but it's also open air. So you're like, I'm just outside in a shitty seat, 40 miles away from them, and all of the things about that. I don't remember. I was very young. I was like probably way too young to be at a concert, but I was very young. And what I do remember of it, all the things I do remember of it are things that like literally stop me from going to a concert now. I think I've been to 1 concert of that scale in probably the last 15 years. And I just don't. I'm not the big stadium guy, you know. I mean, even the bands that could play that, I'll miss this one. You know, I'll sit this one out.
Yeah.
To me, the experience isn't from way up there.
Yeah, definitely the smaller venues. It seems it's a more intimate, experience instead of you got to either you're looking at the big screen. You know what I mean? When you go to those concerts now, and you're like, well, I'm so far away. Unless you're just rolling in the cash and you bought your tickets a year ahead of time for $500 plus a pop.
Right.
Then you're in general admission, nosebleeds. So you got to see it on a screen, and it's like, well, if that's the way I'm experiencing it.
Oh, and I've been to a few where you're watching on the jumbotron.
That's what I'm saying.
You're like, wow, that looks great. If I were down there,
Yeah.
I could be at home. Like,
Yeah.
I'll buy the DVD, dude.
Yeah.
Like, but on that topic, when I was, I had my license, so I was a teenager.
Oh, Bond was saying it probably had something to do with it being around a million screaming tweens.
That as well. I mean, I'm sure that didn't help either. But,
Yeah.
when I was probably about 17, 18, band called Dropkick Murphys.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
They had just started up.
Yeah.
So they still had the original singer. They had 1 album out on Hellcat. Or no, I'm sorry, they were on their 2nd album, but their first main album on Hellcat Records. They came around to New Jersey and they played at a VFW hall, which is not uncommon for punk bands to do. They come through and play VFW halls all the time. Dropkick Murphys was like right at that point of becoming like mega friggin' popular though. They didn't have their new singer yet, so they were still on the original, but they're right on the edge of becoming mega popular. And this poor VFW hall had no fucking idea what they were signing themselves up for by booking Dropkick Murphys to play this tiny ass venue. So they were way too many people inside. Fire marshal issue isn't even the beginning of it. We were in there and the crowd was so packed. You were shoulder to shoulder with everybody, and you were practically chest to back with everybody.
Oh yeah.
And I had my older sister was with me, and girl starts moving through that crowd and she cuts through, so I'm just following her through to the front. We got like maybe 5 people from the front, and as the band started up and played, the crowd moved as one big kind of blob.
Yeah.
They would push against you from the front and then from the back. And I mean, at one point you're leaning at an angle where you're like, I'm not standing anymore. I'm just pressed in all these people.
I'm part of this ecosystem now.
Like 3 songs in, everybody got chased out, and we ended up in the parking lot. And it was honestly probably the best experience, even though it was only 3 songs. It was probably the coolest concert experience because we were right there. There was no stage. The stage was like a pallet on the ground, a large pallet on the ground. So, 4 inches off the ground tops.
Yeah.
And then just a bunch of kids. It was amazing. It was the coolest thing. There's some... God, I'm jibber jabber.
Rolling Stones? What? Galaxy, your first concert was Rolling Stones?
Really?
That's awesome.
Wow, way to shame us, man.
I know, right?
We're like 311, New Kids on the Block, and you're like, yeah, Rolling Stones. Damn.
Paul Smash first one was Allman Brothers.
That's
Allman
pretty
Brothers
cool,
is cool.
Now, what Allman Brothers, though? I mean, I don't know how old you are, Paul, so I don't want to, like, guesstimate here.
Yeah, well, I doubt it was Allman Brothers of the late 60s and early 70s.
I don't know when the guy
I don't think Paul
passed
Smash
away.
is that old.
I don't know when the
Well, one of the brothers, passed.
No, I don't know the year on it, though.
I couldn't tell you. Their heyday was 70s, Allman Brothers.
Okay.
And he was still around through most of that. I just couldn't tell you when he passed. My Nana was in love with Mick Jagger. We wanted to go, so I got to go too. Yeah, that's awesome. It's
That's
very
really
cool.
cool. I have another cool concert story if you guys aren't bored of hearing them yet.
I'm not.
You ever heard of a band called the Dwarves?
Yes, because you've sent me links and I listened to them. Before that, no.
Yes, because Matt is a jerk
No.
and makes me listen to this crap.
No, not at all.
So the Dwarves are a notoriously violent, disruptive, obnoxious, terrible band to have play your venue. They're banned from CBGBs. They're not allowed to play there. They're banned, for that matter, from like 90% of clubs in New York, right? When I was still living in the area, the lighting guy, Dave, again from CBGBs, he was in a band called Cyclones. He was a friend of mine. He was like, hey man, the Dwarves are playing, and now I got tickets. I got an extra ticket if you want to go. And he was like, but like, first off, I want to let you know, because I was new to the Dwarves at the time. He was like, they're banned everywhere. So they're playing at the Continental. And I was like, you know, Continental was just, it wasn't that it was a terrible place. It's just, it wasn't in the main roster of places to go see shows. So he was like, they're playing at the Continental, but that's pretty much because the Continental has no idea who they are and they haven't banned them yet. And I was like, all right, cool. He was like, here's the other thing. Their songs are like 40 seconds long. And I was like, that's cool. You know, played some stuff for me. I checked it out. And he was like, and now here's the final thing. They'll probably only play about 2 of them. And I'm like, so wait, 2 like 40, 45 second long songs? And he was like, yeah, before they get kicked off stage and taken out of the club, possibly arrested, and the show gets shut down.
And you're like, this sounds fucking amazing.
I'm like, whatever, dude, you know, like, yeah, I'm into it. So I went, and now, mind you, again, I can't stress enough that this was probably the last club in New York that was going to let the Dwarves play that would even host a band like the Dwarves. They were filming a DVD. So it was the one show where they were on their best goddamn behavior, and as soon as they would start acting up and security would start closing on the stage, they would dial it back. And then they would act up, and then they would dial it back. We made it through, like, oh my God, their entire catalog of music practically, because I mean, when they do a 2-hour set, that's like everything they've ever written over the course of 12 years. And they filmed a DVD, and yeah, so because they were filming the DVD, they were
Do
on
you
their
own
best
said
behavior.
DVD?
It's called, I'm gonna curse like real bad, but it's called Fuck You Up and Get Live, and I don't any longer own the DVD. I owned it when I lived in Chicago.
Were you on? Did you see yourself on it?
There was way too many people at the Continental. You know what I mean? It wasn't it wasn't, again, one of the reasons why the Continental just wasn't one of the best places for a show was because it was kind of like anybody who's ever been to Roseland Ballroom. It's, you know, you come in, there's like a little bar in the back, and then there's a walkway, and then there's like a wall with a doorway in it. And once you get through that doorway, it's just a wide open room. But it's a huge wide open room, like parking garage size wide open room.
Wow.
So everybody's at the same level, standing, and there's a mile of them before you hit the stage. So
Got it.
It wasn't the greatest venue for, you know, in my taste. But yeah, like I said, it was incredibly rare that the Dwarves would behave enough to actually get through a whole set. And yeah. We're going to go make another beehive, guys. Hard segue right there, but, you know.
Oh, Paul Smash is 36. He says his uncle was the sound engineer for the Allman Brothers.
Oh, that's
how
really rad.
he got in. Very cool.
Yeah, the guitarist for the Dwarves.
Moxie, your wife. Thanks, Dad. Moxie is dropping F-bombs. Matt has ruined vacation.
That's right. Matt ruined vacation already. The Dwarves guitarist is a guy that goes by He Who Cannot Be Named. He wears a pair of tighty whities and a lucha libre mask and nothing else on stage. And that's if the tighty whities stay on, which is another reason why they are banned from many clubs and things.
There's a lot of wiener in their concert.
There's a lot of wiener going on there, yeah.
I got you now.
They're a strange band, man. They're actually mentioned in the documentary about Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love, the Kurt and Courtney one. The British guy notoriously says, one of the more violent bands, the Dwarves, in this really like proper British accent. And they loved that they were mentioned in that documentary in that way. So they sampled it, and it's all over all kinds of songs and stuff about them. One of the more violent bands, the Dwarves. So yeah,
It's pretty good, uptight British accent.
Yeah, I try.
It's pretty good.
Their song "Fuck You Up and Get High"
Yeah.
is covered by a band called Pig Destroyer. I know we have a couple Dark Forces team members in the chat. I don't know how they feel about grind music, but there's a band called Pig Destroyer. They did Prowler in the Yard, Terrifier, albums like that. They covered the Dwarves' Fuck You Up and Get High, and the Dwarves do it in, I think, 40-something seconds, and Pig Destroyer, being a grind band, does like a fever pitch, grindy metal version of it at like 33 seconds. And it's the most absurd thing to hear a song that's already ratcheted up to...
It's already at 11. They're like,
yeah, no, we got you, Dwarves.
Goes to 12.
Yeah.
Grind music like R. Kelly, says Paul Smith.
God damn it. No, grind music like Pig Destroyer. Like, man, I probably can't mention a lot of the grind band names. I think some of those Dark Forces team members will know why. Probably shouldn't even.
I think Paul and I might be on the same level. Whenever you say grind music, that's my head immediately
You
went
think
to
of yeah.
slow jam.
Yeah, that's right. No, not that.
But you don't listen to. Do you listen to more like mainstream? What you might categorize as like pop punk, maybe.
And one of the things I love, again, my favorite movie, Return of the Living Dead, the line when Suicide's like, "What do you think this is a costume? This is a way of life," and the way he acts about punk rock and how that whole like corny kind of elitist kind of weirdness. That's really how punks are, and it's one of the things that always kind of put me at odds with the punk scene. Because then when they were like, yeah, man, that's not really punk, I was like, I don't really care. In my opinion, like, the Beatles are probably one of the biggest punk bands out there. They were one of the ones that flew in the face of all, musical conventions and things like that. And they kind of did their own thing. And I think that there's room to be punk without being, like, spiky, snarly leather guy. And that always put me at odds with punk rockers.
So Marty saying Cattle Decapitation, Terrorizer, Regurgitate, all grindcore bands.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
But
now
she's like, yeah, I can't mention most of them.
that's like the three. Yeah. There's one. The second word in their name is Eater. I'm not gonna say nothing about the first word in the name. And they're actually really good, but their name makes it so I can almost never refer them to somebody without it being awkward.
Yeah.
But so pop punk, again, one of the things that always.
See, I got into Parquet Courts, and you probably didn't listen to them, but they're more of a, I guess you might say pop punk, even though their music wasn't pop in its structure. It's just that it became popular.
Gotcha. What was the name?
Parquet Courts.
Never even heard it. I'll have to.
They have a song called "Stoned and Starving." It's really good. I like it. I like it.
See, and again, this is where the punk rockers in the room, again, because I have no shame, and I don't do that whole like, you're not a real punk if you like this. One of the best albums of like the 2000s, I would say, is an album by Taking Back Sunday. It's the album with Cute Without the E. It's a pretty popular album. The name of the actual album is escaping me now. Because, again, I know some of the main tracks off it and not necessarily the name of it. But that Taking Back Sunday album, that's a cover-to-cover amazing album. And I don't give a shit if punk rockers, you don't want to kick me out of their punk rocker games for it. That's a pretty cool fucking album.
My wife has the Schoolhouse Rock album.
Oh, yeah?
It's got a bunch of punk bands on it performing music from Schoolhouse Rock. It's awesome.
That is actually pretty cool.
It's got the Ramones. It's got a bunch of people on it. It's really good.
That is really cool. Yeah. I had Saturday Morning Cartoons, which had the same thing. The Ramones did Spider-Man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Amazing album, too, yeah.
JJC, I don't think anyone here save for Dan, may have seen the new Child's Play movie. Did Dan go see it?
I don't know.
Because he's a Child's Play fan.
Yeah, I think he's been under the weather.
It's true.
which kept him
He's
from
been pretty
getting out.
sick recently, so he may not have seen that yet.
Otherwise, he would have. What are your thoughts on it there, JJC?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it. JJC, no one else here has seen it. I'm not really that interested in seeing it. I read some reviews on it and
Yeah.
seemed a little somewhat mixed, but I don't really. Reviews don't necessarily drive me towards wanting to see something, but the fears that I had for when I saw the trailer seemed verified through some of the reviews that I read.
Yeah.
And so I immediately in my head was like, I'll rent that.
Right.
Like that's where my head went.
I mean, I hate to be that way, but I before I even saw a review, I was like, yeah, that's a rental all day.
Yeah.
I just don't.
It was all right. The jokes didn't land with me. 6 out of 10, says JJC.
All right.
Fair enough.
What do I got to do here? Oh, that's right.
Izzy said he had bought tickets to go see it, but he was so sick he didn't get to go.
That sucks. Yeah.
Hope he got a refund.
Ugh.
Yeah, Cypher, we this is a stream where we kind of hang out and shoot the shit with everyone in chat. As you can see, we're talking about punk music and all other things while playing an amazing indie game called Graveyard Keeper. You should check that game out. So, but if you want to talk about things related to Friday 13th, that's what usually our Tuesday streams are. We're either talking about Friday or we're talking about Layers of Fear. Those are our more sort of, if you want to call them business, air quote, type of streams where we're checking in with you guys and talking about things that we're doing. This one's today's stream on Thursdays is far more relaxed Tales from the Stream where we just kind of hang out and shoot the shit. I don't mind to answer a question here and there about what's going on, but definitely whenever you pop in the chat with no other chats happening before and saying, why did you guys abandon Jason? You're probably not going to get a solid answer out of anyone here. Had you been contributing to previously to the chat and to the community here, and then may have said, oh, by the way, I hate to bring this up, but just had a question, what's going on with Friday? I maybe could have dropped a quick little something in there, but that type of approach, usually you're not going to get a fantastic answer back from us. You're probably going to get the either ignored or come back and talk to us on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince Matt to have Moxie be trash from Return for Halloween.
I said that's a terrible idea because I can't not equate it with.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea at all. Like, here's the thing: I'm not trying to judge y'all's parenting styles, right? I'm not trying to do that at all.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But,
I don't think.
But Kirsty, think about that. Just think about it. Like, take more than a few seconds and think about it.
She saw.
No, you told me the story of when the song comes on,
dancing,
that she comes in the living room and dances.
We're already doomed.
I'm already saying, I mean, again,
I gotta go to sleep again.
I think you guys are amazing parents. But when you told me that, my eyebrow may have gone up a little bit, slightly.
Well, it's funny because you start out with like, well, she's in her room playing games, playing with her toys, and you go like, no big deal.
She's not paying attention. Let's watch the thing, right?
Let's put on Return of the Living Dead. And we don't keep her from the violent side of horror movies, except for really way violent. Like, she doesn't watch Terrifier or the remake of Evil Dead is too much,
Yeah.
But, like, the zombies and all that in Return are fine. But when the song comes on and Trash starts dancing, Moxie loves music and loves to dance. And the first time it happened...
You hear the little feet come running.
She ran out in front of the TV, started dancing. I turned the movie off. I was like, we can't anymore. Me and Kirsten were like, what have we done, in Kirsten's mind, it's the red pleather, jacket and a leopard print top and, like, the red hair.
Graveyard dancing.
Right. And I get where she's coming from.
Or do you turn into the zombie version of after the fact? But give her clothes.
Yeah, I was going to say, the problem there is, again, no clothes. So, I get where you're coming from, Kirsty, but I can't because you can't imagine one without knowing how the movie ends for Trash. And
that's the thing is that if no one knows that film or you guys and they saw her, they would go, oh, look, she's kind of like a cute little punk rocker or something.
Right, and that's
cute. But if anyone knows the movie, they're going to go, oh,
look
my God, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Which,
basically, yeah. So if we want to be able to maintain custody of our child past Halloween, I don't think we should do that.
Right. Okay, then what about Chucky, since she has red hair?
Maybe, but that's, I don't know. Again, considering where Chucky's at, Chucky is like that's a hard yikes right now. I don't know. Until we see the new Child's Play, I feel like that's a hard yikes.
Well, there you go.
But it would be pretty funny if she was pre-graveyard scene trash.
Yeah.
And I did a nice Tarman get up. That'd be fun.
It would.
Great. Yeah.
But I mean, I think 1% of people that you would knock on their doors would get it.
Yeah.
Everyone else would just be like,
Look at dead zombie guy.
dead zombie guy and a
Punk rocker
punk rock girl. Sure, I guess. You know.
What I wanted to do, this is my favorite idea for a Halloween costume. Now, chat, let's get like an informal chat vote on this. I want Moxie to dress up as Billy the Puppet on
Okay.
a tricycle
Yes.
from Saw.
Yes.
And I want to dress up as the pig face
Yes.
with the cloak.
Right.
I think that's amazing.
And you're leaving your wife out of here. What is she doing?
I mean,
Is she gonna be a victim?
how can we incorporate her?
Was there a good female death scene from that series?
Well, we could make the Amanda reverse bear trap head,
Mm-hmm.
put that on Kirsty. Hey, you know what's funny? Since we're doing like old man Matt story time on the porch while I whittle,
Yeah.
did you know before I ever worked here, before me and you ever talked, I tweeted at Friday the 13th, the game, a picture of me dressed as part 7 Jason
Yeah.
and Kirsty dressed as a camp counselor.
I think I saw that.
Friday the 13th game liked it and replied.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw that now that you say it.
We went to an 80s party for Halloween and everybody was like, it's not
Because I think I
one."
said, like, look at this skinny, malnourished Jason. I
Yeah,
think
I
is
was
what
pretty tiny Jason, dude. I had like 17 shirts on and I was still a tiny Jason.
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
like
yeah.
4 sweatshirts on and I was still tiny Jason. But we were going to a Halloween party based on the 80s and they were like, so you know, like not scary stuff, like lots of neon and shit. And me and Kirsty were like, Friday the 13th, that's an 80s movie.
Yep.
Granted, I was, you know, a Jason from later in the series, but what year was part 7?
Why you put me on the spot like that?
Yeah, because I didn't know. I figured we're sharing that pain.
I want to go with 80.
Close
Part
enough then.
7 would have been 86.
Somebody's gonna Google foo that.
Someone guessed 88. Is eight?
No, 86 would be part 6.
Would it?
85 was part
So-
5.
When? Okay, so back the bus up.
Sure.
When did the original NES game come out?
Oh shit.
That was 87. And didn't they use part 7 on the cover, or is that part 8 on the cover?
Oh.
Because they did a treatment, so it's like, it kind of looks kind of bare.
Somebody's got it in chat.
May 13th, 1988 is correct. That's when part 7 came out, or that's when the game came out. Sorry.
Yeah.
The only reason why I just brought that, it just dawned on me, was like, well, wait a minute, you know, if they're using the image work on the,
Was it part 7 on the cover of the NES game?
it's 7 or 8.
Now we got way too many questions. No, 8 is Manhattan.
Yeah.
It's not 8.
But the Jason that they chose,
Oh.
it's a still from the movie.
Shit.
And the reason why I know that is because I was talking to Kane about it, and he's like, yeah, I'm finally excited. This is when we were first putting everything together. I'm finally excited that, you know, I get to work on this and actually get paid from a video game. He goes, because they took my image, right, of me dressed as Jason. Okay, that's 8 on the cover.
That's a Manhattan. Yeah, that's Manhattan.
Yeah. They took my image, and, you know, he goes, I never got paid to get closer, to stand up with my microphone and everything.
There you go.
And I think I just did I mute my mic? Boom. Come on in. It's not even going to close to focus.
No.
We don't have autofocus on this camera turned on because of it gets, oh, there it goes.
There it goes.
So you can see that's part 8. You can tell from the slimy stuff on the shirt as well as the detail on the mask and everything else. He's kind of that slimy Jason. Anyway, but yeah, talking to Kane about that, he was like, yeah, dude, they didn't even like call me. They didn't even ask me anything. They didn't, nothing. He was like, they just like took the image and stuck it on the thing. And I'm like, what the hell?
I guess because rights holders had
Well,
probably.
yeah, the thing how that works is I mean, Kane puts on the mask and he is Jason, so they own the depiction that he's representing. They don't
It's
own
not a likeness.
They don't own Kane, but they own his likeness once he dons the mask,
Gotcha.
right? But you still think that out of like some form of mutual courtesy and something, they would have been like, "Hey, by the way,
We're using your face.
we're gonna use your version of Jason on the thing here. You know, here's $1,000 and a copy of the game, whatever, something. Instead of just being like, we ain't gonna tell you shit,
We're gonna buy you pizza.
and you're just gonna find out one day walking through Toys R Us. Like
Crazy, yeah.
what the hell?
Well, either way, part 7, I know part 5 was 85 because part 5 was shortly after Return.
The copyright on this is 1988 Paramount Pictures. But that doesn't mean the game came out in 1988. It just means that's when the copyright was. It also says the source code by LGN was 1988. But anyway, we got off on a tangent there.
Well, we had one question that led to a series of questions.
Right.
But yeah. So
That Southern guy, I got that exact game on the shelf behind me. Good shit, man. Like to hear it.
I think we just crossed over into the moon day. God, days. Why couldn't they just? So that means we can go over here and we'll be able to talk to the astronomers. What does this guy have?
But it's raining. Are they gonna be able to look at the stars in the rain?
Well, I'm not here to look at stars.
Oh, okay.
I want to get some feathers and paper and stuff.
I got you.
Feather gun.
Feather gun.
Yeah, somebody saw Fear the Gun earlier on Twitter, and they were like, I looked at that quick, I thought it said feather gun.
When we were looking at houses, my wife and I, a few years back, our real estate agent lady asked me for my email address. She's like, here, just write it on the back of my card. And so I wrote on the back of the card, and I wrote on my business one,
Mm-hmm.
And the next day I saw her, she was like, when I first looked at that and I started typing it in, she was like, I had no idea what a feather gun was. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I figured it out. She's like, just at first glance. So
That's not the first time.
that's
then.
not the first time it's happened.
So I'm telling you, I'm just going to start a troll account called
sorry.
Feather Gun.
You should. What are we gonna have on there? Like horror S&M?
No, I think it's going to be, we're going to have to go like down the
I
other.
think horror S&M makes sense.
Horror S&M makes sense. Sure.
I
I
was
was
just
going to
saying.
say, look, man, if we're the spooky game guys and, we talk a lot about
Oh, I see what you're saying.
recreations
Then
of-
go in a soft, cutesy,
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, we're going to talk about like all the cute movies and faithful recreations of cute movies.
I got you. See, Galaxy's down. She's like horror and S&M feather gun. Yeah, see?
Yeah, right.
See? She's picking up what I'm throwing down.
I need water, guys. Yeah, so anyhow.
I
Friday the
just
13th.
bought the copyright to Feather Gun, says Paul Smash.
Son of a bitch.
Damn it. You're quick on the draw.
I was going to say,
We're coming up on 4:30, just to give you a heads up on time.
oh, shit. I was jibber jabbering. I didn't realize. Let's get back. Oh, I can't teleport again because I used it. Let's get back to the house. We'll iron things out and then we'll call it a day here.
Was that a jab at my wrinkled shirt?
Yeah. I mean,
Bringing it full circle from the
Bro,
top
I'm
of the
telling
top
you.
of the discussion?
I'm telling you, untucked. When
such
you
a
want to
jerk,
look
man.
professional, but like not really.
Disheveled professionals
Right.
around the world trust.
When you want to look like a professional on his last day of work.
right.
It's like that guy in the movie who's leaving the bar with his box of like plants and shit.
Exactly that guy.
The tie on.
Do you want to look recently fired?
Oh man.
Yeah, that's me. Oh, where's the gunderwear? You're right. We still got to make gunderwear.
I'm telling you, dude. When we had the conversation about gun umbrellas and the gunbrellas,
Yeah.
it's just opened the door to so many gun things.
It really
What were we
has.
talking about the other day? We were talking about gunderwear and then there was something else.
There's no telling where it went, where the conversation went.
But I know the other day I had a thought, and I was like, instead of making actual umbrellas, we should have made those hats with the umbrellas on them that say gun on them because it was constantly raining. And I was like, I just need to live in an umbrella. And yeah.
A gun fanny pack, please.
Dude, I would,
I guess
I mean, judge me, whatever. I would, yeah.
you'd wear it.
There's a reason I wear cargo pants, man. It's not because I just
It's lucky.
they
You're
look
lucky
cool.
that you're married.
Yeah, I
Because if you're right now are saying, hey, you know what? Fanny pack sounds like a great idea.
100 million.
You would be
%
forever alone with those decisions.
Yes, absolutely. I tricked one person into thinking I was cool enough to marry me, and here we are. But, I mean, look, man, I don't wear cargo pants because I think they're just cool. I wear cargo pants because they have extra pockets. It's all utility with me.
Hey, man, there's nothing wrong with utilitarian lifestyle if that's what you choose.
100%.
I don't like stuff in my pockets, so whenever I get anywhere I'm going, I empty pockets 100% completely. No wallet, nothing. I don't want anything in my pockets.
I'm the guy who's always, you know, I have the friend who's like, man, I forgot my this. And I'm like,
I wish I had a can opener and you're like,
don't worry about it, man.
Yep.
Yeah. I got some lumber. I got, you know, matches. I got a fire starter. We're good.
Yep. Havoc, what's up? Good to see you again.
How's it going, Havoc?
Coming in a little late. We've probably only got about 7-8 minutes here left before we need to call the stream.
I'm just drifting around, finishing up.
The 90s is back and it left out cargo pants. It did?
Damn it.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a good thing I'm not exactly, you know, setting trends and things. T-shirts and cargo pants we're only going to get. But come on, man. You can't look at. Wait. All right.
They live socks, though.
Bruh.
I mean,
you know what I mean? The toes say obey. Like, you know, there's only so much. I can't fit too much more style into this skinny frame. Otherwise, the world just wouldn't be able to handle it.
Oh, Paul Smash has Gun Media Bloody Mary mix, like a branded Bloody Mary mix.
Actually, Gun Media drinks wouldn't be a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Put them in your fanny. Put the bottle in your fanny pack on your way.
Shots, gun, shot.
You could be onto something, my dude.
Hey.
Let's see here. Wait, let me make a few more of these.
What socks are you wearing today? He's wearing They Live socks today. That have the alien face once he puts the glasses down, what they look like, and then the tips of the socks say obey.
Which again, we talk about punk rock and horror. They Live is actually a huge hit with the punk rockers because of the core principles.
Consume and all this. Yeah.
I remember me and you had that conversation about, like, you know, the horror movies that punk rockers gravitate toward.
Yeah.
Obvious ones like Return and shit that have punks in them. But then other not so obvious ones like, you know, They Live and movies like that.
But still, even the way that they show, quote unquote, the punk people in is a characterized version, right?
Yeah.
It's like seems like a far more over the top, man, you just don't understand me, kind of like, come on now. You know, like,
here's the thing.
Because I knew some people growing up that were, you know, that were punk as well, but I don't know. I never met one that seemed to act the way that they're often characterized in a film.
Well, and that's exactly what punks love about it. I'm actually going to exit out of the game while we finish this conversation, and maybe we can throw to our full screen. The thing that punks love about Return is it's kind of a caricature of punk rockers, but it's done in a way where every punk rocker knows those types, those people. Like Trash's line about, you know, I like it spooky and all that kind of, like, you know, that. Yeah. We all knew somebody like that. Yeah. Suicide saying, you think there's a costume, there's a way of life. You know, like, everybody knew somebody like that. So it's not, what's the easiest way to say it? It's not somebody trying to show punk rockers authentically and doing a piss poor job of it. It's somebody, in my opinion, Dan O'Bannon had a really good understanding of punk rockers. And so he nailed the little more ridiculous side of some of the things that punk rockers are into. And he brought it out in a way where it was, punk rockers could laugh at it and they could be like, yeah, I know a guy like that. And I know when I say things like that, or when I used to say things like that, it was corny. You know what I mean? So the caricature, it kind of played well with punks because we were in on the joke as opposed to it being making a joke of us.
Like the movie Hackers does.
Right.
With people who were into quote unquote hacking or that type of culture, all looked at it like, what is this crap, right?
Whereas, a hacker looks at that and goes, this is a really, like...
It's laughably bad.
Right. Somebody who has no idea what they're talking about, thinking that they do. With the punks in Return, it was more a matter of, no, he's on to something there. Yeah, we can be that way. And, you know, the goofier side of things, you know. spray painting up the classic car and all that, you know, taking a car that was probably pretty decent and turning it into a bucket because you thought that'd be cooler, and, you know, the whole, well, no future, and bad tattoos and terrible makeup and, you know, horrible hair.
This seemed a little faux punk to me.
Yeah.
Trying a little too hard.
Right.
Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for playing the old Graveyard Keeper today.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, maybe we can toss the camera 4 and we're gonna get our goodbyes going here. There we are. Hey, everybody. Hey.
Who's that handsome devil over there with the green hair?
Uh-oh. I gave you wonderful food porn for later. What the hell?
But Angelina Jolie boobs. Yeah, hackers.
Well, I mean,
true. Did you see Gia? That's a film you should see if you haven't seen Gia.
Oh, by the way, Matt, Octane sucks. Paul, get out of here, dude. Octane's the best. Oh, I'm just realizing now my chat is like a mile behind. All these the production values through the roof. Avenger, we try, man. We try. We got a fancy zombie.
We are fancy.
Got a multi-camera setup.
It's true.
Boom, look at that.
Damn, look at that, camera 4. I can be like this and go, oh, camera 3, hook it up. Oh, and I'd be like, oh, camera 1. Oh my God. I mean,
it was yesterday, the day before that, the month before that.
And if you want to see further fallout from that, go check NECA.
Oh boy.
Man, they got, that's a heartbreaker, man.
Quick shout out to NECA.
Yeah, and if you didn't see Killa's Apo? Sorry, I don't know. If you didn't see NECA, which makes some of the greatest collectible figurines from around horror movies and sci-fi movies and stuff, they announced today that they had a product line going for Friday the 13th that now had to be canceled in production due to the lawsuit. So I'm sure it was I don't know. I'm not privy to that information. I had no idea. I didn't know it was coming. I had to read it and bloody disgusting.
Yeah.
But I saw it and was like, I know the feeling.
Yep. The whole thing, it's a drag, basically.
It really is.
Drag, you can catch up with the news. Bloody Disgusting shared the news. It's out and about. If you have an outlet to grab some Friday the 13th NECA figures.
You better get on it.
Okay, good. I'm safe in saying that. Get the hell out to the store and grab whatever Friday the 13th NECA figures you're still looking for.
I mean, anything related to it at this point. Like, I don't know. I don't have any inside information.
Right.
So don't look to me to be like, well, Wes said that. Like, I don't know any of that shit. I'm just saying, if you're a person that likes Friday the 13th memorabilia and stuff that you want to collect, shirts, whatever the thing is.
Yeah, it's a solid point.
Like, you might want to grab some stuff. If you've been waiting on something or keeping your eye on this thing or the other thing, like, I jump on it because you have no idea what's going to happen next. Like, I know when NECA had announced that they were working on Friday the 13th stuff, like, we got a lot of heat. People were coming to us and saying, well, how come NECA can do this and you can't do this? And I'm like, I have no idea about merchandise rights. Like, we don't have, we had interactive rights. We don't have, I don't know what that looks like. I'm not privy to, like, the judge doesn't send me, you know, here's all the legal documents that have everything to do with that lawsuit. I have no idea what happens to it. It seems like 9 times out of 10, I read about it in the press before anything. No one's calling me and saying, hey, this is about to happen. You know, like, I don't know those things.
But let's put it this way. After what happened, well documented here, and then today with NECA, if there's a T-shirt that has a Friday the 13th, you know,
I have no idea.
I would grab that now. Is my point. That's what I wanted to say.
You would think if it's something that's been there that that it's a thing, and as long as it's not something new. But if anyone's working on, you know, new, I don't know. You don't know, and it's a shitty time for everybody right now.
Yeah, and you know, in the true nature of the show, Tales from the Stream, you know, all of us being horror fans. I know this is kind of a gravelly segue. You know. Quick shout out to NECA. It sucks. It sucks for the horror fans too. Sucks for the fans of Jason. We're gonna probably wrap up our show here, guys. As I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna be out of office next week, so we're gonna be missing a Beyond and a Tales from the Stream next week, but we'll return the week following. I believe it's July 9th. We'll be back with an episode of Beyond. If you don't know and you've been hanging out with us, this is our show Tales from the Stream where we hang out. We play video games from around the world of horror games. Today was Graveyard Keeper. It's a great game. It's out on PC. I want to say Xbox and PS4.
I believe so. With the Switch being the most recent edition, which I think I'm going to get it on the Switch. Like, I really do think I'm going to get it. So, and plus the other one you said, Flame and
Flame in the Flood.
I think I'll pick that one up too.
Well, you see Graveyard Keeper on here. I've got a couple hundred days in on PC, but I picked it up on the Switch anyway, just because this is the game that is, 100% perfect for the Switch. I mean, this is the kind of game. It's just one of those games that I could see myself being able to just geek out with on the Switch. So, yeah, it just launched on the Switch on Tuesday. Flame in the Flood is great. Quick plug for them as well. Check out Flame in the Flood. It's an awesome little game. And we'll be back on Tuesday. Again, like I said, Tales from the Stream, our hangout stream. Tuesday, we'll be back with news.
That's July 9th. Yeah.
We'll be back with news on our show Beyond.
So basically, it's a week vacation. We're taking a week vacation.
Yeah.
Even though we're still working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need the horn in here. That's the one thing that our production value is missing. I want to
Sound
get
effects.
a big button that's just...
Yeah, I want them as foot pedals, though. I want like 6 of them, like a guitar foot pedal. And I can just play, or whatever the thing is that I want to, like, hit the one button, it's just scrambled porn sounds.
That's... Yeah. I got your pizza.
Exactly.
Off the rails. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Oh,
Dude, it wouldn't be one of our shows. Here's the important piece, though. We just made it through the whole thing. We didn't go off on a tangent about food, did we?
No, we did.
When?
We did. Early on,
Because Sarah just talked about taking pictures of food.
We talked about pictures of food. We talked about selling humans as food. We talked
That's
about...
not quite the same thing.
I mean, the word food.
But I ordered the little pudding cups, that like handy pudding. What
And you ruined it.
Yeah.
So you just noted that we didn't talk about
in the
food.
fridge,
Yeah.
and no one
Snack
knew. The snack packs, thank you. And they were sitting in there, the chocolate one or vanilla one, which Bushley, you can't order the swirl or the layered version on Amazon Pantry. They don't have it.
Some kind of garbage.
Either that or I couldn't find it. I was like, you need to buy chocolate or the vanilla or the variety pack of both full chocolate, full vanilla. Anyway, I ordered those, and they sit in the refrigerator, and they've been sitting there for like 3 days. Still in the economy box thing.
Nice.
Everyone here's walked past it and seen it, and everyone thought that like somebody brought all of those apparently
Mel
for lunch
said,
or
be
something.
right back, grabbing a
And
pudding
so finally
cup.
I opened them up and I like pull one out and Iz walks by and I'm eating one. I'm like, I'm surprised no one's eat this pudding. And she's like, what? The pudding for everybody? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I ordered them for everybody. And it was like, everybody just started running for it. So
That's funny.
hashtag pudding. So I got to get one food plug in.
Yeah, Tater Tot says mini food tangent. There you go.
Got it.
Wes always will deliver a mini.
Got
We're
it.
having a pudding party. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's on the top shelf. I couldn't see, Izzy says. That's because she's small.
She's little. That's true. Okay, we're finally gonna wrap this thing up. God, dude,
Yeah.
quit rambling on about pudding and shit.
We are. I got a couple early happy birthdays in chat that I don't want to ignore. I feel like that's so rude of me. Thank you very much for the early happy birthday, guys. Bring me home a pudding cup? No friggin' way. Yeah, so we're going to get out of here. We're going to call it Pudding Wrestling Sephiroth. Easy.
Whoa.
Buddy. Hey, he pumped the brakes there.
Not that kind of stream.
Yeah. I mean, it is Tails, but, you know, not today.
Are we gonna turn into pudding streamers?
I forgot my mankini, so we're gonna call it a day. Thanks JJC. Thanks everybody for hanging out. We'll be back, like we said, July 9th with Beyond. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks very much, Wes, for hanging out.
Thank you for inviting me.
And check out Graveyard Keeper. It's fucking awesome, and it's out on Switch.
And thanks everybody for hanging out and chatting, Sarah and Tay and all the good people that come to hang out, and we'll come to your streams and talk about pudding.
Whoa, Tay just got really dark and said goodbye forever.
Jesus Christ.
Shit, man. All right, well, I mean, if you want to be like that, I guess, yeah. All right,
All right.
All right guys. Take
Bye,
it easy.
everybody.